What's up, you guys? This is Chris Rukov for RukovGrind, and today will be the last video that we have here with Alan from Mexico. And again, guys, if you enjoy that type of content, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. Leave me a comment, angry comment, or a comment that you basically tell me you like that type of content, so I know should I continue investing time in this channel. I hope that helps for some beginner players, and let's roll the video, guys. I mean, you can calculate that, man. Let me share my screen here real quick. Not this screen. Although this looks amazing. I have this picture. Hold on. Let me stop the camera. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I see the EQLab in the back.
So you got ace jack. And they have what, ace king, ace queen. They can also have the regular.
Sets.
Seven. What is it?
Sets.
8, 9. I don't think this, but 10, 9. Let's say it's gonna be hearts. Actually, let's put all of them, because you know he's gonna have a flush draw, straight draw. 7, 6. 8, 7 is a pair plus draw. I don't know if they can do that. 10, 8.
He's gonna have
draw.
ace 9, ace 8.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Ace 9, ace 7. Sorry.
Ace 9 and ace 7.
Yeah.
Both offsuit and
suited. Yeah.
Suited.
Yeah. So the board is ace 9, 8. Yeah, you suck here. There's more. Okay. There's more heavy. But we put him so strong, though. We put him 2 pairs that beat you. Set, set. Better ace, better ace. Better ace, better ace. The only thing you beat is... But he also might have this.
Yes, but you didn't include ace 9, ace 8 and ace 7 offsuit, which is going on the big blind.
Okay, cool. But we also didn't include ace 9 that you beat, because he's gonna have that.
Yes.
Ace 10.
And ace 7.
Ace 10, ace jack also. Let's say ace 6. Let's say this is the bottom. But why not all the aces? Then I'm going to include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flush draws. Now we're looking more 50-50, you know?
And that increases variance. That's...
Yeah.
I
mean, he can also have like king, queen suited. Actually, that's stupid. Not king, queen suited.
But if that's my point.
If he has all the aces, which all the aces
isn't worth it.
He gotta defend all the aces. Now, if you look for more realistic range, he gotta 3-bet, you know, more often than not, ace king, ace queen, even ace jack, ace 10.
If he's a regular, he's not playing ace 2, ace 3, ace 4 in that way.
You gonna
in the flop.
You gonna fold them?
Or call, but he's not re-raising them.
Yeah. You're right. But that's the thing. We're looking only at the things he's re-raising, and you gotta bet versus the whole range. Yeah, he's gonna re-raise only, I guess. Those. But we put him so top heavy. Maybe more flush draws we need to put. I don't know.
It's gonna be a close one.
It's gonna be close.
But I don't think it's worth it because of the variance.
Yeah,
and it's
you gotta know. You gotta know, kind of. You gotta have a feel for the regulars and what they do. You know what I mean? If you see them doing that a lot, then adjust them when you bet and they raise. Sure, fold ace jack. You know, it's not a big deal. You're not gonna die.
But I can fold the close ones, right? It's not that even.
It's not a big of a deal. Yeah, it's not a big of a deal. As long as you're making money in the long run and the strategy is sound. I mean, I keep saying making money, but you shouldn't be result oriented. But
yes.
If the strategy is good, you will be making money eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. This is an interesting board, but I don't really have that many raises there on that board that I guess that's the hand that you played that you have in your head. But see what the regular versus a fish is easy. It's an easy fold, but versus the regular, it's not an easy spot to play. You can always click back, and when they go all in, you can think of folding, I guess, because at that point, I mean, how many flush draws I gotta put here so it can make my worthwhile? You know what I mean? Gotta put a lot of flush draws. I mean, let's say all the aces. If I put then, it's gonna be more 50-50. That did not move one bit. That's weird. Oh, because I didn't press OK. It moved with 1%. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have a one-size-fits-all answer for this. I guess you gotta feel the field for this one.
Yes.
If you fold it, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
It's better to lose $1 than 10. You know what I mean?
Yes. And in fact, I think they're gonna be a lot value heavy there. So I think it's closer to the fold, because in those stakes they are very, very value heavy when they re-raise.
I mean, in position, I would not be raising. I would not be raising those hands in position. You know what I mean? Why would I? Open-ended. I'm just gonna raise those to protect from the flush draw. Like, why would I raise the rest? It doesn't make sense.
Yes. Well, you can see a lot of things in unlimited happen, but
yeah. But I'm saying more often than not. You know, obviously you can see like King 3 raising there with no flush draw. But
yes,
for the most part, you know, I would be raising value heavy, just like you said.
so yes, I could be folding the, feeling good about it.
Yeah, you just can just feel nothing. I mean, it's just poker, just another day in the office. You're a shark. Have you heard a shark complaining that the water is too salty or the current is too big? Have you heard a shark? No, the shark is going there, being scary, biting shit. You know what I mean? They don't complain about what the environment is. They adjust to the environment, and that's what you should do.
That's fine.
Yeah. You have any other questions?
I have one.
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's about the strategy against short stackers, because sometimes you don't like stacking off like with a hand like ace queen.
So versus ace queen is easy.
Pocket nines?
Yeah, sure.
It's hard because some of them are super nitty and some of them
mark them. If they're nitty, mark them. You know, you can mark them up. Versus short stackers, I would not 3-bet some hands that I usually would 3-bet. Also, I would not isolate white because they're short. There's not much money to be made. And obviously, if they limp, they're calling for the most part. Even versus ISO or versus if they raise, if they RFI and I 3-bet, obviously they're calling up. I have yet to see a short stacker with 30 big blinds who opened the hand and decided to fold it. You know what I mean? Maybe I've seen it 2 times in my life. I don't know. But usually when they open, you know, 10% of their stack is in play already.
Yes.
So I would.
Well, now they have to play with 50 big blinds. I think they are not allowed to play with less unless they lose some.
I think it's 35 is the minimum in majority of the places. I don't know if they changed that to where you're playing. But anyways,
I think Party Poker is 50.
Anyways, I mean, it's a good chunk of their stack that they're playing. You know, when they just open, so they usually call. I would not isolate white, and I would not 3-bet white. That's my advice of very short stackers. And versus check raise, keep in mind they're gonna have a lot of junk. By junk I mean a lot of flush draws, straight draws, because there's nothing else to do with those hands. You know, it's easy to check ship all in on the turn. I'm not gonna think that they're so honest on the turn because it's what they play. You know what I mean? They open pre, they c-bet on the flop, c-bet on the turn, or they check, you bet, they check raise all in just for that purpose to check ship flush draw or something.
But even a hand like I hate when I have to call and I have ace 10 and ace comes. Most of the time they have a bigger kicker and they're gonna destroy my half stack.
I don't know if most of the time, but they don't play well, man. That's why they're short stack.
Okay, I should be committing with my ace-10?
I mean, you asking me to say yes and no in such a variable game. Who's the player?
Yeah,
What's the
no, in
stack?
general,
What's the
because
position? What's the action pre-flop? You know what I mean? I cannot tell you should you be committing with ace 10. It really depends on where. Is he opening from the button and you're calling from the big blind? Is he opening from under the gun and you're calling from the big blind? It should be difference at least. You know what I mean? From the under the gun should be
yes.
a tighter range. From button should be a wider range. Are you in position? Are you out of position? You gotta feel the field and take notice, take notes, mark the players and what they're doing, and make a decision based on that. It's a game of information.
Okay,
Poker.
yes.
It's a game of
And obviously,
incomplete information, and sometimes somebody's playing one way and then they get pissed and they play another way. So you gotta take that into account as well.
okay, and obviously when they limp, you raise, and they re-raise is always a fault because
It
they
is,
aren't have
yeah.
aces.
Not always. I usually call with pocket pairs to mindset because I know if I to set mine because I know if I flop a set, I way more often than not I'm taking their money because they already told me what they have.
Mhm. Well, if the math is good,
If the match is
yes,
good,
you
yeah. I
should
was
be
gonna
going.
say it depends on the sizing, yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah.
Set mine when the pot odds are good.
I mean, you rely on implied odds. I usually go with if I have to call whatever I have to call. If the active stack is 15 times that amount, for example, he limps, I make it 4 big blinds, he makes it 10. So I need to call 6 big blinds. 6 times 15 is 90. If both of us have an active stack, I mean, if the active stack is 90 big blinds or more, I'll call. If it's less, I'm not gonna bother. I'm trying to get implied odds here. You know what I mean?
Yes, but against a short sucker, it's
a fold.
difficult to set
It's a
mine
fold.
because of
Yeah, it's a fold.
yes. That's what. And also, implied out hands are terrible against short suckers because
There's no implied odds. Yeah.
yes, that's okay.
Yeah.
The tough hands are middle pairs because sometimes you have to go in with eights, and sometimes he will have ace jack or something, but sometimes he's gonna have an overpair and you're gonna be destroyed.
I need more of a hand to see an example. That's a very broad thing that you said. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got 8, sometimes you got. Oh, he has a range of
Yes.
how many combos here? 27 combos. You know what I mean? Sometimes he has 27 combos, and sometimes they're that many. You know what I mean? It's very broad range that you
Yes.
told me. So I cannot really tell. It's very few things I can tell you yes and no about the game. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, I understand.
should I raise aces? Yeah, 95+% of the time, yeah. But sometimes if you have one person on the table that goes all in every hand, maybe you shouldn't raise him. You know what I mean? It's so dependent on a lot of factors. It's like chess, but when you move one piece, all of the other pieces also move. You know what I mean? It's very dynamic game like that.
Yes.
I mean, do you have any other questions, bro? I mean, I'm trying to answer all of your questions before I'll let you go.
Well, I think most of them are related, but I was going to ask you. You talk about in your video about sweat sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Those sweat sessions means that I play, I share my screen, and you watch.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
Or what?
That's a sweat session, yeah.
And
I just watch and tell you what you're doing wrong.
okay.
Pretty much it.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Then I would like.
the coach is not interested in what you're doing right. We just care what you're doing wrong. That's what we care about.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. That's what
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
I don't feel disrespected if you
No,
tell me,
you
but
shouldn't.
that's the goal.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach you. I mean, I don't care how you feel. I want you to make money and succeed. I don't. If you want to be mad at me, be mad at me. Oh, I have one student. He told me, he's like, yeah, last time you really like made me frustrated and like I was kind of mad. And I'm like, why? He's like, you kept repeating to me to bet the pot from under the gun. And I'm like, okay, so do you bet the pot from under the gun? And he's like, every time. I'm like, okay, so maybe I should piss you off more often. You know what I mean? Maybe I should piss you off so you can remember more.
Yeah.
I don't care if I
Yes,
piss
it
you off,
works.
man. As long as I do my job well, don't worry. Maybe you're pissed off.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, you'll be like, you know what? I guess I learned something. All right, I'm gonna cut the video here because.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you for sticking to the end. I hope you learned something from the last few episodes from Alan from Mexico. I don't know why I always call him Alan from Mexico. But yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. Give me a good or a bad comment and consider subscribing. This way I'm gonna know if I should continue working on this channel. With all that said, see you next time, guys. Good luck on the tables and keep grinding.